Hey everyone, I'm Josh and welcome to the latest episode of AVan Tips and Tricks. Hey everyone, I'm Josh and today we're going to be looking at the latest episode of AVan Tips and Tricks. This is going to be a nice and quick one, and we're just talking about some of the things that help us improve our travel experience, make traveling a little bit easier, and just little things that we've found that help along the way. We're at the back of the honeypot today because our little tip and trick that we have has to do with something that we have put on the back of our AVan, and the eagle eye observer would have seen the strap going over the spare wheel. So without any further ado, this is our tip and trick for today. So these are a spare wheel bag. There are a whole bunch of different versions of these. You can get these from BCF. This is just a cheap XTM one from BCF. The quality on this is not hugely fantastic, but I mean, it does the job. Get a spare wheel bag for your AVan. These are really, really handy. Especially if, like us, you don't want to keep the hoses and stuff that you have for the drainage, for the inlet. We've also got a water bladder and a transfer pump in here for when we need extra water when we're camped up for a little bit longer. Keeping all of that inside the van is just, we don't like it. There's no way to fully empty the hoses before you chuck them in the van. And then if you do that, you end up with water on the floor, and eventually the water's going to leak out, damage the vinyl, damage the floor, cause the floor to rot. You know, all those not really nice things that don't help with the longevity of your van. These are really cheap, really easy to chuck on. The stuff that you put in them is not very heavy. The other thing people use these for really commonly is rubbish. So you can also use these as lightweight rubbish storage. I wouldn't go putting 50 kilos of rubbish weight on the spare wheel, but then again, if you're using 50 kilos worth of rubbish in a trip, I've got to wonder where's it all come from. So these are really, really handy. I'll just change the camera angle. We'll quickly unzip it and I'll show you what we've actually got inside it and how it all stores.
Please don't forget to
like, subscribe and share this video.
click the bell.
So you don't miss out on any other uploads.
Alright, so as you can see, our bag's fairly well used. There's some sun damage and stuff on here. This one, just there's a zipper in here, just unzips. And once it's unzipped, you can see in ours, we have our water hoses. There are actually a couple of different hose options here, one for filling the tank, one for hooking up to mains water. And then we've got our this is actually an air admittance setup for our drainage hose. We've got a water bladder, and there's also a water transfer pump hidden in here. Makes transporting all this gear so much easier. There's basically no weight in this, so it doesn't affect the balance of the van. It does get a little low to the ground. You can sort of see here, it's a little low, but we haven't had it hit the ground. The better quality bags will allow you to tie them up a bit higher. This was just a cheap one that we picked up from BCF. So highly recommend it. Really simple, really cheap. Just one less thing to worry about. And it also means that you're not crouching down and reaching down into the cupboard to try and get your hoses out. And as I said, you're not putting wet hoses away inside the van or anything like that. I hope that one's been helpful. That's just a little tip and trick that we have with our AVan. Just, once again, little things that make our life easier in the van. If you wouldn't mind, if you're enjoying our content, if you found this video useful, or any of our other videos useful for that matter, if you could please like, subscribe, share the videos. It really does help us out. We're well on our way to 500 subscribers. It would be really cool if we could hit 500 subscribers in the next couple of weeks. We are about to go away on a fairly big trip, and we will be releasing a bunch of videos on that trip, and there are some pretty big changes coming to the channel. So if you're interested in our journey or following along, please like, subscribe and share the channel. This has been Josh, and today we've been with an AVan tip and trick with the honeypot. Thanks everyone for watching. Cheers. Puppies, leave the... The dogs have just decided to chase a bird. because why not? I mean, our dogs are this big. The bird's probably bigger than they are, but they'll chase the bird.